Alright, I have a serious question. Did the Clone Wars animators just not have calculators? Did the writers forget how to count? Or did clone production secretly include a randomized quantity button? Today we're investigating the hilariously broken math of Star Wars The Clone Wars. From clone squads that change size faster than Anakin's mood swings, or the Jedi Council's ever-shifting number of chairs, this show treats numbers like Anakin treats sand, with total and absolute disregard. We're about to break down the worst continuity errors in Season 2 Episode 7, Legacy of Terror, the most inconsistent character counts, and some truly questionable battlefield logistics. Now let's talk numbers. I have to give credit to Aaron Thompson for this math equation. In a logically consistent universe, if you start with A, the total number of clones, and B, the number of them that bite the dust, you should be left with a C, total number of clones at the end of the episode. Simple math, right? Well, not in the Clone Wars. Because apparently in a galaxy far, far away, A minus B equals whatever the animators felt like that day. One moment, Captain Rex leads a squad of 5 into battle. 3 of them get blown up, so naturally you'd expect only 2 to be left. But nope, somehow by the next scene, the squad is miraculously back to 5 again. It's like the Kaminoans installed an auto respawn feature.
They are totally obedient, taking any order without question.
And also completely self-replicating apparently. Now I get it, animation is hard. Keeping track of numbers across dozens of battle sequences is no easy task. But you'd think someone somewhere would have noticed that we're watching clones appear and disappear like they're Force ghosts who just can't make up their minds. And this formula doesn't apply to just clones. It applies to battle droids, civilians, and sometimes even main characters. Ever notice how sometimes a Jedi is leading a whole squad and then suddenly they're alone in the next shot? Did the clones retreat? Were they all wiped out? Or did they simply phase out of existence like bad CGI? Truly, the Force works in mysterious ways, especially when it comes to continuity. Hey, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe the Clone Wars just operates on a higher plane of mathematical understanding, one that we mere mortals can never comprehend. Or maybe, just maybe, they think we didn't notice. But we did. This episode starts with Luminara and Unduli, Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi trying to track down Poggle the Lesser after the second siege of Geonosis. Now this isn't where the issue arises. It's only until Luminara gets captured that we really see the inconsistencies with the number of clone troopers. I want everyone to keep track of this number of clone troopers we have here. We see 7 troopers get off the gunship, including Cody. Alright, we're going to keep a trooper tab in the top right corner of the screen so you're able to follow along how our math is adding up. Now we have 7 total 212 troopers along with Commander Cody. Again, 7 total troopers walk in. It's important to note that we can always assume there might be some characters off screen, but granted, and based on what the show is showing us, right now we see only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, along with Cody troopers. So we're already missing 1 trooper in the scene, but again, we can assume that they might be off screen somewhere. Now again, if you take a look in this scene here, we've got 5 troopers along with Cody in the front. And again, from the front angle, we see the 5 troopers with Cody in the front. So where are these other 2 troopers? We're already 2 troopers down. We currently have 5, even though we saw 7 get off of our gunship. From there, the squad make their way into the catacombs. And again, magically appearing, coming out of the cave, we do have our 7 troopers again. It's a bit harder to see. Our 2 missing troopers have magically reappeared. Now I must say, this is where our math starts getting a little dodgy. We see right here that we lose 2 troopers to the Geonosian, which brings our total count down to 5. Another thing that I find insane in this episode is that the blasters aren't able to destroy the bodies of the Geonosian zombies, but we're still able to destroy entire columns and pillars of stone with our blaster fire. Now if we take a moment to look here, it looks like we only have 3 troopers plus Cody in the back. You can again assume that our other troopers are off scene, our 2 missing ones, but we would be able to see their headlamps in the scene if they were here, so that brings our total count down to 3 troopers plus Cody. And just like magic, all of a sudden our troopers are back again. Now what's interesting here is that it looks like we have 6 in total. It's a bit hard to see in the back, but that does look like the headlamps of another clone trooper. So we've gone from our 3 back up now to 6 clone troopers. Gear Shift deserve better. Rest in peace. And with that, we have our first 2 official deaths, which should bring our total true trooper count down from 7 to 5. However, sticking with our equation, we know that we're at 4 troopers right now, based on the show's math, if you can call it that. Now we can account for the 1 trooper that went forward to check on the other 2 dead ones, but if we take a look at this pan around here, you can actually see that we have 4 troopers in the background, plus the one that's in the front, so our count is now back up to 5 plus Cody. I don't think they need to worry at all about running out of men because they just keep appearing out of nowhere. Right on to our next scene, we can see we only have 3 clone troopers along with Commander Cody. Now again, just to remind, we started with 7 clone troopers that came off of our gunship. We lost 2 at the start to the Geonosians, and then 2 that got sent for reinforcements. So we should only have 3 clone troopers, so this is the true number that we have right now. These clone troopers are duplicating faster than the Geonosian worms are being spawned out of the Queen. Just like magic again, our count from 3 has gone up to 4 with our 4 troopers here along with Cody.
I think EA handled the franchise perfect. Star Wars Outlaws wasn't that bad.
Crazy to see that the Geonosians get stunned by the light before, but they weren't at the beginning when they were found in the cave, and their lights were shown in their eyes. Now we can see here that a trooper is being taken down by the 2 Geonosians, and Obi-Wan goes to help him. And watching the next scene as Obi-Wan cuts down the 2 Geonosians, but the trooper completely disappears. Now we see here Obi-Wan cutting down the 2 Geonosians, and the trooper's just gone. So we can assume that potentially this trooper is dead, and we don't have him anymore, but it still doesn't add up with our count following after this. We can assume that that last trooper died that Obi-Wan tried to save. Another funny thing to note here is that the troopers along with Cody are no longer 212th troopers and have no discernible painting or coloring on their armor, and are just regular clone troopers. But in the next scene we can see that they've got all their painting and armor back, so another animation mistake right there. So if we look here, we've got Cody in the back along with 2 clone troopers in front. So that brings our count down to 2 troopers along with Cody. Cody's pretty badass for just throwing his blaster at the Geonosians like that. And then blowing up the hole, we see 1, 2, 3 clone troopers along with Commander Cody, bringing our count from 2 back up to 3 with Cody alongside them. So believe it or not, in the end our math actually worked out. If we look back to the start of the video, we saw that we had 7 clone troopers that came off the gunship along with Commander Cody. We lost 2 to the Geonosians inside, and 2 that were sent to go get help also we lost, bringing our total down to 3 clone troopers at the very end. We don't talk about the in-between, those numbers got muddied around a little bit, and that is a-okay because we still enjoyed the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see similar content like this, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.